Gala Music, welcome to another AMA. I feel like it has been forever since we got to do one of these long form talks. I'm super excited today to be joined by Marty Grimes. Marty, how's it going?
Yeah, going amazing. How you feeling today, Taco?
I'm feeling great. So everybody knows Paul is behind the scenes running. He's on the ones and the twos. And he just told me that I can log into YouTube on a different way and I can see the chat without having to see myself talking on it and getting distracted. And it shows me all these cool analytics. And so, yeah, we're next level right now.
Cheat codes, everybody.
I'm getting there. I'm learning how to do my job slowly but surely. So if people do have questions, feel free to pop them into Discord or pop them into YouTube. Because
I'm not shy, y'all. So ask me whatever. I'm here to give you the info.
Yeah, we did a Twitter space last night, and you were not shy. So this is, I think, going to be amazing. And some people in the audience might recognize you from our Gala live show in San Francisco, which I didn't get to go to, unfortunately. But from what I heard, you were amazing.
Thank you. Man, I had hella fun. Performing is like one of my #1 things I love doing. And we was at home. I'm from the Bay Area, Berkeley, across the East Bay Bridge, which we got to show out at all times when we home, you know.
Yeah. After the show, I think you got the most hype from the community who was talking about it. I think because your music is great, and B, you brought props, which people, I think,
I brought party favors. Yeah, we could call them amazing party favors.
Right, people like that. So we're super excited to finally have you on the platform. I think people, like, we do the live events and it's like, oh, when are those artists going to join? And so super excited to finally have you with us.
Likewise, I'm excited to drop too, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You've been making music for a long time, right? When did you first get into music?
Honestly, when I was a kid, I joined the choir when I was super duper young, just randomly in school. My mother was a singer. My grandmother was a professional violinist, you know, electric violin. She played in a jazz band. Then I picked up the trumpet, and around like 10 or 11, I played the trumpet with her and John Handy in a jazz band for a while. Then I started writing like spoken word and poetry. So I didn't even like transition into like, you know, hip hop music and actually writing and recording music. I just did it live. I think that's why I love live music so fun, because that's kind of where it was introduced to me as first, was the live portion of it. You know, being young, singing in a choir, we go to these random spots in front of people. I did complete strangers. So, you know, the stage fright and everything just got kicked out the way super early for me, I feel like, luckily. And then when I got to high school, I ran into Gerald, the homie GEazy. He was an artist, and he was just like, come to the studio and record. And that was before I like hopped in and really did anything. I was just a writer, and, you know, a live performer. And we got in the studio, and then that's when the craft just started to develop more and more. And I went to college, so I felt like it just became my whole life and consumed me, and I just wanted to learn everything around it. So now we went from the trumpet to the singing to the rapping. You know, I do a little EDM music, house music, like a little everything.
It feels like a little of everything. Like when you go through your catalog, there's a lot, and I want to get into that. But can we back up for a second? Did you say your grandmother played electric violin in a jazz band?
Yeah, jazz band with John Handy. She's also a professional artist. She's one of the first lady Black Panthers. If you go around the Bay Area, the Black Panther fish she painted and drew that, like she's a legend, like a real legend. She took me everywhere, just me around with my little trumpet. She had her violin, and we just rocked out. It was dope. And my mom is an amazing singer. She was in a rock band, like a Brazilian funk style rock band. So that really gave me part of my grunge and, like, you know, like energy on stage and energy in some songs, because that's what I got from her and listen to her make every day, which was wild. And like, mom's a superstar too.
That's amazing that your whole family has a thing like that. We didn't have anything like that. We're not musical. We didn't go on the road and like do activities together. We're just like a regular family. And I'm always, I don't know if jealous is the right word, but
it's so different.
Cool. So different. That sounds amazing. Like, I don't know if I'd want to perform with my mom, but it
Oh
would
yeah,
be.
you got to. It's people love it even more. Like we're overdue on making music together, honestly. But like that's amazing. Get to make some music with your mom, drop it and perform it. Like she comes to all my shows. Like anytime it's people on stage, she up there too. She'll roll one up with me. Like mom's is the coolest. She the chillest.
uh,
Everybody loves her. Everybody calls her moms. All my folks and homies.
wow, that's a yeah. If you could ask if she'd be into like adopting me,
Hey,
yeah,
we welcome all. We got space for the family, man. It's good.
that sounds great. And now that you're talking about that, I think that comes through in some of your music. Like I was listening to the song you're dropping with us, Mr.
Mhm.
Miyagi, but also going back through and listen to a song like Showdown that
Mhm.
has like horns in it, and it has that a jazzier vibe. Is that where that comes from?
Well, you know what's crazy about that song? That's actually a title track for a Netflix anime that I ended up writing. So a really good friend of mine, KDE Kevin Beggs, we went to college together. Him and the homie Bradley were pitching and writing for different series and movies, and I literally wrote that title track. That was the first one they put on their pitch, and I guess the music director of the Netflix film just loved it. Like they were like, "Nah, we're keeping that one." They went through so many changes and came right back to mine. And then it got so big with the millions of views, they ended up putting out a whole record for it and a whole project. That's how I got that second song on there too. That was, I believe it was called "Bad Girl" or "Bad Guy." My bad, yeah. But that was for Netflix, and I digged it because it was something that I was used to. Having the music, the jazzy background, so taking that and the new hip hop flow, I literally just meshed them and wrote that beat, and they loved it. Yeah, and that blew up. Like the anime world loved that. Shout out y'all.
Yeah, I get it because I didn't even know that was from an anime. But just like going through your Spotify and listen to all your tracks, there's I
Yeah.
mean, a crazy variety of style in there. But you
Mhm.
hear that and like it's so different, and there's that jazz background, and like it's really
And
great.
a lot of people love it. That's what's so dope about it, and I get that all the time because they don't even know it's from a Netflix series. They just think it's mine because of how hard I forget who dropped it, but how hard they pushed it. It got some legs on it, man. It gets some plays every day.
Yeah, it has like multiple millions of
Yeah,
streams. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I think a bunch of yours are into the millions, at least on Spotify.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've been putting some shit out for a time. It's been getting
I,
some love.
I feel like that's like a benchmark for artists. Like I know streaming isn't amazing, and it like they haven't perfected stuff exactly yet. But I feel like if you have a track that gets to a million, that's like one of those artist benchmarks. Like oh, like I
Hell yeah.
thing.
It's a
Uh,
feeling, it just makes you want to go even harder because now you got that first one. Now it's like, what about two? Now what about three? Now what about four? You know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. And then I feel like it keeps lighting that fire up under you. All right, now let's put out something better. Let's put out something again. Let's see where we can take it, how far we could go type. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's cool. I've had to research. I don't have to. I get to research like a ton of different artists for what we're doing, and so I'm on Spotify a lot. And like you look for stuff like that after a while, it's like million streams or like followers and stuff. And there's like it's cool to see people who hit those marks. Because for me, it means like you're just that much closer to really hitting it. You know?
Just one away. You always one away. That's what I tell
Yeah,
every artist I talk to.
yeah, for sure. Because like listening to you, like you've been doing this for a while. You're obviously a professional musician. This is what you
Thank
do,
you.
and there's no reason why you couldn't be like a household name, right? And so
Facts.
you get to a point where it's like that crossover. Like, okay, you're over 100,000 monthly streamers. You got songs with a million streams. Like it's just a matter of time. It
Yeah,
feels
we
like.
this close. We this
Right.
literally this close.
We were talking yesterday about your touring and how you obsessively tour. I'd
Mhm.
love to hear more about that because it's one of those things that some artists seems like they love being on the road and performing, and some are like, I've been doing music for 10 years and I've never done a live show. Like, what is it that drives you to
Really.
be on the road?
I feel like definitely my past, like I was saying, starting out with live performances. But honestly, I feel like when I'm on stage, it's like my playground because it's my show. I control everything. And you get what you give as far as the energy. And I'm up there to be in entertainment and really give the emotion behind the music when I wrote it. So it's just different. Like when you get up there and you get thousands of people in front of you, like just jumping to your music and like giving, you know, screams and cheers back to you. Like you just want that more and more every day. And then afterwards, after the show, I go to the merch table or wherever the exit is and I just stand there. You know, I take pictures, I talk to people, we chop it up. You know, they ask me whatever, we take videos, you know, do all the fun stuff. I just interact with the folks who was really up there showing me mad love on stage. And then they get to see me for who I really am outside of being on stage. And that just makes them love you even more. And then I made, you know, one real fan, 10, 20, 30 real fans that night, hundreds of real fans that night, because they really got to see me. You know, that's why I love it so much too. And the energy is contagious. When you go into all these new cities, these new people, and they just love your music. And even if they don't, like I've had plenty of shows where it was like you open up, nobody knows you, but you still give them that same energy at the end of the show. Them last two songs, if they didn't know you, they bouncing with you by the end. And that's, to me, that's like accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And then do the same thing. Walk out, meet everybody, talk to everybody. You meet so many different walks of earth. You feel me? So many people tell you what your music did for them, how it changed their life. I've gotten people tell me it helped them from suicide, et cetera, et cetera. Like that, to me, like it don't matter how many streams I get, that's an accomplishment for me. Like I did something. I did what I was supposed to with my music. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's great. I go to as many live shows as I can. It's different than listening to like I can love a band's sound, but until you see them live, and some people are great live. Some like you think are going to be great live, and they're not great on stage.
And I really, it's a whole show. You know, it's not just me performing. You know, I got other things that happen on stage. I don't want to give it out because I want y'all to come see it live. But literally, it's a whole bunch of stuff happens. I'm not just up there rapping.
Yeah. I went to a show recently. I was going to see Bully, and this band Perennial was the opener. And it's a local band out of Massachusetts. They're amazing. Shout out Perennial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were the opening act. It was like a Wednesday night. And like no one had shown up for it. There were like 15 people in the audience at that point. Like it was a sold out show, but like just no one was there yet. But I was there to listen to it. And they went so hard for their, 20-minute set as the opener. It's like, oh yeah, like this is it. Like they're one of my bands.
And that's respect. You feel me? And even if it's only 15 or 20, then 15 or 20 gonna speak so highly of you forever because of that moment. You know what I mean? And that could be, that's the endless amount of people that could tell that story too. So
yep. Now I'm a super fan. I went and bought all their merch. Like I'm following them, like whatever I can do.
Point proven, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they know if I could do this for 15 people, I could do this for 15,000, and it's gonna be that much bigger.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite show that you've done? Like you've done all of it. Like you've had a million shows.
Man. So. Yeah, I've definitely been blessed, bro. I've toured this country like, I don't even know, 10 to 15 times probably. I've gotten to tour Europe. I've gotten to tour Thailand. I got to do a show in Alaska. Man, I'm gonna say, but my favorite was my first headlining show in the Bay Area. I think that's forever like my favorite, because all my family came out, all my friends came out, like, and I did that shit myself damn near. Like put it together myself, got in contact with the venue, etc. Marketed it myself. And that shit was amazing. That was a beautiful feeling. And being on stage, just shaking hands with everybody I knew in the crowd, because we was all folks. Just clouds of smoke everywhere. Everybody coming to perform with me, like a bunch of guest performers. Shout out Jay, shout out I Am Sue, my brother Gerald. Like it was spectacle, man. Amazing. Yeah, definitely one of my greatest. Not the biggest, but my greatest.
Yeah. How do you get a gig in Alaska? How does that work out?
Man, I was on tour with GEazy, and he did the state fair, and I opened up, rocked the whole sold out show. Like, man, like destroyed it. Like the video, nobody was sitting down from the front to the back of the bleachers. And then the moments I be living for, like if I could get a crowd that's not there for me to do that, oh yeah. Watch when they all there for me. It's gonna be nuts. A riot.
Wow, state fair in Alaska. That sounds, I don't know. Like
and I still got fans up there from that. They got Marty missiles up there.
I'll bet. RNG Cryptos on YouTube. Just Marty's on fire. His fan base will just keep growing. Yeah, obviously.
Hey, come on, man. Talk to him.
Yeah, that's great. We have a pretty big fair here in Massachusetts, but I don't go to a lot of them because they're just so many people you know, and not just there for like fun music. It's just like a lot of people.
I've been was it Boston House of Blues?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I played that a few times too. That man, I done had some fun out there, out East Coast.
That's a great venue. I'm in Western Mass, and so we have a few around here for some like smaller artists, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things I like that's kind of the venue for it, right? Like you keep track of what they're doing at the House of Blues in Boston because it's bigger but not like huge. That's a really great spot.
Yeah, and having that name behind it, like the House of Blues, is legendary.
Yeah, yeah. So when you come back there, let me know. I'm not too far
Oh
away.
yeah, we not too far behind. Let's go.
Come back to Massachusetts, man. All right, so I want to get into some heavy music stuff. Ready?
Yeah. Talk to me.
I don't know anything about music except that I'm a fan. But it's really fascinating, like the whole process of like songwriting and where it comes from. Can you walk us through your songwriting process? Like, is it lyrics first and then it's tracks or instrumentals? And for you, even because you're coming from such a eclectic background,
Mhm.
where's a song from?
It's really all over the place. It's literally everything you just said. It depends on the moment. Sometimes I might just have a thought in my head or a conversation going in my head, and I'll just start to write it down, as if it's poetry, and then maybe I'll find a beat, so rap it to it and try and tweak it if I have to. Or sometimes I might hear a beat and then it starts out to make me have an idea, and I just start rapping to it. Then I just record it as I'm going. Or I might hear a beat and I just start humming, or I hear a melody. I record the melody to the beat. I listen to the melody. I put words to it and go from there. Um, yeah, yeah. I think that's all the ways. Really, it's all different. I can either hear the beat, I can write to it first, I could make the melody to it first. It's just all how I feel at the moment, really.
That's interesting. It
Yeah,
seems different for everybody. And something I've been really interested in is producers because it's such a like a vague concept, like people who produce music. Do you do your own producing or do you work with
man. I
other?
try. Yeah, I work with amazing producers. I went to college, Expression College in Emeryville, and we had a course where we had to learn how to make beats and do et cetera, et cetera. But mines were not him. That's why I really have a lot of respect for producers with the real talent. And they hear those sounds and those melodies and those beat patterns, like, and really put it together. Like it's amazing. Yeah.
Do you typically work with the same one or do you work with multiple producers?
I have like close friends that I typically work with a lot, but always like if anybody sends me something or I meet somebody new or somebody got an idea, like I'm always down to hear it. If I like it, I'm always down to make it, like for sure, all for the music.
And so in your head, if you have like an idea for a song or a certain thing you want to do, are there certain producers you would think like, oh, I should talk to this producer about it, or I should hit up this other person?
Sometimes. Yeah, definitely. Definitely you got producers who like have certain styles that you will know of and you can hear like when you need something. Yeah. But I got a lot of friends who produce like everything, just like how I make all types of music. I got producers who like to be that way. They don't want to box themselves. They want to make as many different things as they can so they can work with as many different artists, be on every single chart, different genres, which is how I feel about the music.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. It
Mm.
feels like the sort of thing where anybody could just call themselves a music producer, right? Like
Almost, but then again, it's just like anybody can buy an interface and make a DistroKid account and call themselves an artist. So,
yeah.
but
But you're not gonna.
technically, we all are. It's just to a certain level, So I never want to
Right.
discredit because if you really like what you're doing and you trying, yeah, you're an artist. It's
Yeah.
just if you practice and put in that work to really become great, that's the separation.
Yeah, and to have a sound or a feel as a producer that somebody could
Hmm.
say, like to listen to a track and oh, Taco produced that. You can tell because of this, and this. Or,
Yep. And the greats always end up having that one like sound that was always in it. And then when you hear that, you like, oh, I know who produced that. Or I know
Mhm.
where the influence came from if it wasn't that producer.
Yeah. Like there's that cowbell in there, and you can like,
It
okay,
was Taco with the cowbell. It's time to eat.
yeah,
You know?
too much hi hat. That's Taco in there. It's always too much
Oh
hi hat.
man. But hey, practice makes perfect. So if you want to be a producer, Taco, you got to get in there and put that work in, bro. Put that time in. You got it.
I think it would be fun. I have an imaginary record label, Taco Records.
Hey,
and
see?
so I think I might need to start producing for it.
It only takes one.
That's right. I could drop I don't know if they would drop my stuff on Gala.
Hey, yes. Sneak that in there.
Yeah, I don't know if they would trust me. Like, then if something went horribly wrong and they had to get rid of me, they wouldn't want my stuff still on the platform. I'm gonna have to ask about that. Brandon Flood says super excited about Marty Grimes' great pickup.
Hell yeah.
You guys have questions, ask us questions because we're just having fun. All right. I think that's it for music, right?
Yeah.
I think the bigger thing we want to hear about, but I didn't know about, is that you have your own weed brand.
So in California, where it is legal, I have a brand called Yaya, partner with a social equity company in the Bay Area. And I've got to be in High Times dispensary, Cookies dispensary, a ton of different down here in Southern California and different delivery services. The way I jumped into the cannabis world was I joined a podcast called Loaded Up Entertainment, where we did the crazy things like, you know, some would do 100 hits off a bong or like a gram dab, you know, we'd roll huge joints with like 1/2 pounds, 5 pounds, 2 pounds, you know, crazy stuff like that, just for entertainment. But at the same time, we would educate our fans on like CBD, hemp flower, like the actual medicinal uses of weed, like with the sativa, indica hybrid, etc. So it was a great mixture of entertainment and education. We accumulated like 350K subscribers on YouTube. And then from there, I just fell into the world. And I like to work with my hands, like adult arts and crafts, pretty much. I'll show it to y'all. Actually, this is right here what I built from scratch, pretty much. This is a Marty missile, and I'm Marty. Yeah. This is a 1 pound party favor. So I could pretty much come to your party, your wedding, which I got booked for, your Mario Kart tournament, which I'm doing tomorrow, and we spark one joint for everybody there, pretty much. One joint, one party. That's all you need. And
I couldn't walk into a store and buy that somewhere, right?
But you can buy online just the cone. So this one right here, I'm showing y'all all the different stages. This was the stage before, but this is what you would get. It would just be a cone, you know. So you see like the development. It's way cleaner now. But you can go in there and buy it buy it from me online, or it's about to be distributed all over the US and the world, which is fire. I'm already in Alaska. I'm already in Thailand. Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun, y'all. And that's what it's meant. It's definitely meant to just be fun.
Yeah, it's a super fun industry, obviously. I have some friends who owned a company in Oregon who had all kinds of different products. And it was like we went and visited them, and it's a riot, like, to be around them and their friends and all the stuff that they're doing, and it's just super chill. Everybody likes each other in that industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's huge here. It's huge here in a lot of places in America, but California in particular, like, yeah, it's huge here, and it's a real business. A lot of businesses taking around it. Like, you'd be surprised what different companies are involved in it now, from like Philips, you know what I mean? Don't be surprised when Apple comes around as well. Like, it's huge. I love it.
And the more it gets legalized, the better for everybody.
Exactly.
Not to get political on the AMA, but
yeah, not at all. But we just want everybody to enjoy themselves and not go to jail for it.
Yeah.
Especially the people who need it.
Right. I don't think I should be sharing any personal stories about it. I don't know how Bucks would feel about me telling weed horror stories on the podcast. We all have them, right?
Well, you know, I haven't had any horror stories, thankfully. Maybe my horror stories would be like, dang, I got stuck smoking with this person who annoying, like that no good conversation or something. But nah, I'm blessed to say nah. I've never had no crazy edible story like people be saying or nothing like that. Wild, I'm lucky, you know. I guess. Let me knock on wood. You know.
All right, I think we've got. I guess people are hitting it in the YouTube.
Yeah, what they talking about on YouTube?
Oh, Jerome wants to say, Taco, stop talking about the Q&A time. Come on, man. Like, you know I can't help that. This is
It's unique today.
right. This is about me. All right. All right, Marty, your favorite song from any artist?
My favorite song from any artist. Wow. That's really hard. Wow. My favorite song from any artist.
That's a
Damn.
good question.
Yeah, that's a great, you know what? I'm gonna say, dang. It's definitely an Erica Badu song. I'm gonna say Erica Badu Next Lifetime. That's what I'm gonna say. My favorite song. Yeah. In the morning, every morning when I wake up, roll up, play some Erica Badu, get the day started right, you know, smoothie in your sea moss. We got to get it done correctly.
Uh, he also wants to know if you have a favorite of your songs, or do you love them all equally because they're all your babies?
Man, you know, I do love them all because it shows like my development as an artist, you know, and how I've gotten better. But right now, my favorite song definitely is the one we about to drop, Mr. Miyagi. I've been kind of bumping that religiously, like since I got the master. So yeah, you about to hear my favorite.
That's the right answer. Like that's great sales.
It's like no, but it's like that as an artist. Well, at least for me, I guess when I get a mix or a master back, that's what I'm listening to for like the whole week or two, if not month, until we drop it. Like, cause I'm just excited. I'm like, finally, like I don't get tired of my own music either. Like I could listen to my shit all day. I love it. I made it. You know.
That's great. I'm the same way. When I'm working, I'll just run these AMAs. I'll have them sitting on a different monitor, just listening to myself talk to people all day.
Good conversations. It has to be then.
Right. Do you identify more with rap or with R&B?
I'll say rap only because that's the majority of what I have out, but I am transitioning because I'm finding my voice more, playing with my voice more, pushing it more, and I want to sing more. Like, believe it or not, I've never had singing lessons or anybody like teacher coach me. This has just been me in the studio pushing and just like sounding bad until it sounded good type shit, you know? But definitely we gonna even it out. I'm gonna say that it's gonna be 50-50 because that's what I want it to be. Yeah, I love R&B music. That's what I listen to more than rap. I listen to rap more when I'm like in the gym, but outside of it, yeah, we R&B it out.
Yeah, we have a lot of conversations around genre because it's
Mhm.
really hard sometimes to fit people into these boxes. Like, if I just listened to your tracks, I wouldn't have any idea what to put you in. Like, it's rap, but also there's like so many other things mixed in there.
Yeah. And that's I'm glad you said that, you know, because I feel like nowadays too, we mixing so many different sounds and things together. It's hard to do that. It's hard to categorize, you know. But like when they were making these, it was a lot easier because the actual sound and what they were making was easier to differentiate. You know, you knew R&B, you knew rap, but now everything is like this. Like you got rap rock, you got, you know what I mean, like jazz rap, you know, like
Yeah.
literally everything. So it's hard, and some people are melodic rapping, which kind of sounds like singing in some people's ears. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I like it personally. When my formative years were the '90s, when like rap was just rap and R&B,
Hmm.
just R&B.
Exactly.
There wasn't that kind of crossover. But I like hearing the different mixes and what people are doing with music. Like there shouldn't have to be rules, right?
Yeah, I mean that's why we're here to experiment and create.
Crypto Tales wants to know, what do you like more, making the song or performing it?
Wow, performing it, definitely performing it, because I get to get the energy from the crowd, get their reaction, and really put it to the test. I'll say, you know. That's like the real test. After you made it, it's not really releasing it. It's when you get on stage and get everybody reaction to how you really performed it. So yeah, performing it.
Is that like a test for you? Like if you're doing a set, like how good your songs are? Like regardless of how they're streaming, like how a crowd is reacting to a song. Like if it's
Yep.
Mr. Doggy and they go off, they're like, they're not as hyped for it. Can you feel that depending on what the song is?
Well, you can tell. You can tell when somebody isn't like. Well, you know, it's hard, man. I really be winning the crowds over. You know, I've definitely had the crowds in the beginning where you know, they see my appearance and I do my first hype song, and they gotta, you know, digest it. And then when I start, you know, getting talking personal to them, and then they get to digest who I am more, and then I get into the music more. It might start stale, but then I'm gonna get this, and then by the fourth song I'm gonna get this, and by the next one I'm gonna get this. You know, so that's just me personally as an artist. But yeah, you can definitely tell when somebody is not like vibing with you, but the majority of the time they came for a good show. So if you giving a good show, it's like it's undeniable. You just give them a good show. And like, there's no way you cannot bounce, you can't jump, like you can't even, a smile even means they fucking with you. Even if they might not want to bounce, you know, a smile means like, you know, like for real. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I would be at one of your shows, but I'm like more toward the back, and I'm just like across. But like, you know, I like it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not everybody always is at the show to get sweaty and jump. I'm one of those people. I'm gonna give a little bit too, but I'm not actually there to rage. Like if I'm in the crowd, you know, if I'm in the crowd, I'm not there to be in the middle, sweaty, yada yada yada. But some people are, some people aren't. So you can tell who's there to just enjoy it and stand there. You don't judge that part of the show. But the ones who there and you see them in the middle and they want to go hard, if they not going hard from you, you gotta go harder, bro. That's
Right.
Yeah.
So let's just say you're like top level performer, right? If there's a lineup and other people there who are maybe newer to the business, they're not maybe they haven't done it as long, or they don't maybe know the tricks. Do you find yourself offering them like advice or like
all the time? Yeah, I love it. But I want to say I would want to know them first, because some artists are sensitive. You never want to step on nobody else's toes. You know what I'm saying? But I love giving advice. Like, yeah, I want to see the artist be better. That's dope to me.
Do you get that? Like when people are like, hey, I saw your set, my set was terrible. Could you help me?
Well, I wouldn't say people that said they set was terrible, but they for sure have asked me like for advice. You know what I mean? Or what they thought, you know, or even after seeing my set, they might talk to me about it, you know, how they can incorporate certain aspects of my show to theirs, but make it them, you know, make it more than just being on stage rapping with a DJ.
Yeah. Not everybody can have a 1 pound missile on stage, right?
And that's just the closer. You know, that's just the closer.
Right. That's not
only in legal states, y'all.
Everyone needs their own thing. RNG Crypto wants to know if there was a female artist that you would want to feature for or have featured on your track, who would it be? More of a singer or a rapper?
Probably a singer. Probably a singer for sure. Wow. It's a lot of female artists that I would love to work with. I'm gonna say Kehlani from the Bay Area. Like, her voice is amazing. Yeah.
We should hook that up.
It's not too far off. What's gonna happen? Once we start dropping, come on.
Right. Let's get her on the Gala, and you guys could do like a collab track for the community.
Oh wow.
Right. Let's just speak it into existence, right?
Already.
I don't think these guys are just like chatting with each other in here. I'm getting all their questions. Oh, Kirk Booth wants to know, what music production software do you use?
Pro Tools.
Pro Tools?
Yeah. I'm Pro Tools and Logic certified. So like Logic, if you want to produce more and record at the same time. Some people prefer that, but I don't produce. I just record and edit, etc. So I use Pro Tools.
I should write that down. I need to get a copy of Pro Tools.
Or Fruity Loops for you if you just want to produce, bro.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to produce.
Yeah, get Fruity Loops. It'll help you out. Yeah.
I think LeBron has a pair of kicks called Fruity Loops, doesn't he?
I have no idea. I'm sure he's talking about the collab though. He's probably not talking about the audio software.
Right. No, not the audio software. Maybe he produces stuff. Oh, Kirk said great. Logic is great.
Yeah.
You have their approval.
I went to college for this, y'all. I know the software.
I don't know any of it. That's been such a fun part of my journey with Gala. Like, I'm the community manager, so I get to talk to a lot of artists, and I'm just learning so much about the whole industry, like how artists work and how the production works and how just the whole scene, right? It's just super cool. I wouldn't have had that kind of access without this. And so
welcome. I know. And it's always changing too, man. That's what's crazy about it. It's like it's always changing. So yeah, you in at a great time.
It feels like it. I'm having fun, and that's what matters, right? Crypto Tales wants to know what college you went to.
Oh no, I got cut off.
I think you're back in now. Oh, technical difficulties.
Okay. Oh, what just happened?
No idea.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Oh, so we're still live. We're just having technical difficulties. So I'm glad I didn't say anything mean about the community while we're on here.
They would have jumped on you. We back live.
You have to be careful. You think that like you're clear, but they're still listening. And they'll haunt you later if you say something horrible about these people.
Hey, we love y'all.
Awesome. I think that's it for questions from people. What do we need to know that we didn't cover? Because I feel like we covered a lot.
Man, we might have actually gotten everything. Yeah, from the music to the touring. For those who don't know, I'm completely independent. I've never been signed to a record label. I got a few placements with some other artists, some writing credits. Yeah, just check me out, Marty_Grimes on Instagram. Come see the lifestyle. You could DM me and all that amazing things, and we can chop it up. Not anything specific, but I think we covered everything. I'm excited to drop this music with y'all too, man, and have another live show. Yeah, we got to do a Gala Tour.
We need to do a Gala Tour.
Yeah, hit the country. Let's do it. Every state.
That's what I'm talking about. I think people would like it. I just want to get like a little mini bus and just drive around, just do pop-up shows.
Man, they have it's called a bandwagon. It's like the half size of a tour bus. Sleeps like 8 or something like that. Grab a driver, hit the road, bro.
That's all you need, right? Show up in a new city, meet up with new people, film the whole thing to make it a Gala film project too.
Yeah, I've been on the tours from like, sitting in the 4-passenger cars to the tours where it's been like 4 tour buses and a fucking 18-wheeler type shit. Like I've been through all the stages and everyone is amazing. Like
that feels like it would be a lot. Like you see those giant buses roll up and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, they had so many different things to do with it. Like so many employees, and just think about it, they're all on the road with you for the exact same amount of time. Like tours be like 60 days, 45 shows, 50 shows, like barely have days off.
Can you actually sleep on those buses? Like after the show, can you actually sleep on there?
Yeah, just crash straight out. And back then it was like we get to the city, you do the show. After the show, you meet the fans, and then you party. And after you're partying, you're crashing out because you be done after a 45-minute set plus meeting, and then you go on a party, and you be ready to crash out, sleep through the night, wake up the next day, do it all over again.
Yeah, you're in a whole new city. You go get
new city. Yup, whole new city, new people, new style food. It's amazing. New energy, new outfit. We up.
That part I would like. We do have one more. This isn't your first? The question is this your first foray into Web3?
No, it isn't. I actually dropped one single, "Bad Decisions." I want to say it was around September last year, or maybe a little bit earlier. But yeah, I dropped one around then, and it sold out as well the day we dropped it.
Nice. What's the thing that you're most excited about like Web3 and the blockchain and the whole thing?
I think I'm more so excited about being able to connect with y'all community through Discord a little more, gaining personal fans, because I feel like that's like the new meet you in person. And I'm not one that's super extra savvy on it. So I'm excited to jump in there and get to know that more. And also being able to use all the funds and support from y'all to market and push this more. That's the main reason and goal for it all. So it's gonna catch some legs with it.
That's what we're hoping. Yeah, our a lot of artists haven't spent a lot of time in Discord, which I think is totally normal. I say that we have a really amazing community. I think they're really great and they're really welcoming and super supportive. So when you do pop in there, they'll be happy to have you. They'll walk you through. We try to keep it pretty simple. It's just a place to come hang out and catch up with people and find out what people are up to. So yeah, definitely stop by.
No, 100% will. Y'all gonna see me popping in and out once I start to learn some more too.
Brandon asked, how did you do so many features with GEazy without being signed? You weren't looking to be signed, right? Like with a label?
No, not necessarily. Like I said, I went to high school with Gerald. So we were literally in a rap group back in high school. That's where it all started. And then once we graduated from high school, he went down to New Orleans and I went to college. But literally, I was down there for all the shows, for everything. So that was literally my best friend. You know, that's how I got so many. We just made music for fun. But some of them called legs. Some of the records called legs. And obviously, his caused some real fucking legs.
New Orleans would be a cool place to do a live show. We'll have to do one there.
Yeah. I performed down there hella times, man. I love New Orleans. Like, shout out Loyalty Club, Blizzy. Like, and the food. I'm a real foodie. That's like another thing on top of tour that I love is everywhere we go, I'm trying something new. Especially if a city is known for something in particular. Oh, we there. And I need it. I need the best spot and I need it now.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way, but I'm in Western Massachusetts. And so we're not known for anything. And
Damn, it gotta be something.
There's nothing. And so we need to drive. We need to go somewhere. So we get to go.
It's time to travel, Taco, bro. It's time to hit that road.
When we do events, I get to go to like Chicago or LA or like down south. It's like, yes, please. Like, let me get some decent.
Yeah. Food. All them spots, like how we was talking about Atlanta. Atlanta got some crazy Southern food. You just said Chicago. Chicago got some amazing fire food. Like, oh my God. Yeah. You speaking my language.
We'll make it a whole food tour. Like we'll go to different places, do a show, grab good food.
Yep. And I'm a pizza lover too. Like pizza is life. I literally worked at a pizzeria for about 10 years. That was like my only job on paperwork, really outside of music. And it changed my life low key. I got so much support. All my fans would come there while I was working. I got to control when I left for touring, came back. Literally my first apartment that I got denied for, they ran my paperwork back through because the owner of the building liked my pizza at the pizzeria. It was crazy. I got the job with a mouthful of gold teeth, a snapback, and a jersey. Like, shout out the family at Joya Pizzeria, but a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like, got my first music gigs from being there. People randomly walking in and seeing me and talking to me. Like, nuts.
That's amazing. What's your favorite style of pizza?
It's two. I'm torn in between spinach, garlic, and chili flakes, and it got to be done right. New York style, thin crust, crispy, you know, folded. It got to be good, you know what I'm saying? Or the pepperoni pineapple. And I know people don't like pineapple, but not my problem. I love it.
Yeah. With pepperoni, that's a different twist. Isn't it?
And the mini pepperoni and pineapples too, because if you get the mini joints, they're a little bit crispier. Crazy.
Okay, we're gonna see how the community feels about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some hate. I already know we ain't got some pineapple lovers, but it's good.
That's great, man. It's 4:45. We managed to make it through 45 minutes, which that feels pretty good, right?
Man, amazing. I hope we got everybody's questions and things answered. You know what I mean?
They stopped asking, so I think we're good. But if you're going to pop into Discord at some point, that'd be great. You're not dropping until Thursday.
Yeah.
So plenty of time to get some more questions in and get some feedback from you. So that's 10 a.m. Pacific on Thursday. 100 tracks, $100 each. Let's sell this out, and we can all go buy a bunch of pizza.
You know what I mean? Sell it out and buying pizza for everybody. And all the folks, check it out. Go to Marty_Grimes so y'all can see this amazing content that I'm about to make for Mr. Miyagi. It's hilarious.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for joining me, man. This was a lot of fun.
No, thank you. Appreciate y'all.